Me can't talk it. La 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 la. Them say Diddy camp him in. Lord Jesus. Them say P Diddy camp. Them say when them go up there, P Diddy camp, them a run. Hey! Terry Diddy. One of them where the compound Patrick Bailey seen when the thing them what did happen was Terry Diddy. Terry Diddy was one of the first ones on the scene, you know. Terry Diddy. Yes, man. Terry Diddy. When Patrick Bailey crime scene did that one, Terry Diddy was one of them that was on the scene right away. So, uno space teed friend, what's your name? Paula Llewellyn. Let me drink a little more water and wash out my mouth. Lord Jesus. Yes. Yes, students, uno split teeth friend. You know, the law is the law unto itself, and the law must be, you know, Jamaica, that, that's what she talk, you know, mouth make fit short, and you know that on Friday, Jamaica, the learned DPP will know whether or not Jamaica, they will know whether or not Jamaica, the learned DPP, the learned DPP will know if her extension is granted to her. So on Friday, Jamaica, the learned DPP, Isaac Buchanan's best friend, Paula Llewellyn, we will know if she's granted an extension on stay. We will know if she's granted an extension on stay. But Jamaica, I am telling you before it is granted that Paula Llewellyn's extension will be granted. It will be granted on the premise that the 5 who are to be tabled in front of the parliament, Paula Llewellyn has to know for sure that she protects them. Do you understand, students? So if you are not aware, Paula Llewellyn on Friday, there's going to be court to decide whether or not her extension will be granted. But you and I know Jamaica. The way how them love Paula, the way how Paula always cook up the dirt for them. Only thing so them go on Paula, not get the extension. We are going to ask you again. Only thing Paula don't get the extension. She don't get the extension. Them are going to put the extension to another 5-6 years because them have to protect them asses, Jamaica. But I know that the PNP will go as far as the Privy Council to see to it that this is overturned. But think about it critically, Jamaica. Think about it critically. I want you to set to yourself and think about it critically. Valerie Curtis never get a second extension. So why should Paula get an extension for herself? What is there so special for Paula Llewellyn to be granted this extension? Why is it that they're protecting the interest of Paula Llewellyn so badly? Think about it. Why is it that when Paula Llewellyn must get an extension, this is her second extension, why she needs to be granted a second extension? Are you saying to me, Jamaica, there's no other qualified person to run the office of the Director of Public Prosecution? You're going to tell me that she has not trained anybody to take over her reins as Director of Public Prosecution? You're telling me that incompetence fills the office of the Director of Public Prosecution? You are telling me tonight, Jamaica, or are you saying to me that she needs to be the figurehead and the person there to protect Andrew Holness and the Bramwells? Paula Llewellyn has served the office of the DPP for almost 15 years. And what changes has she brought about being the director of public? She's only the gatekeeper of public. Lord Jesus. Let me say it again. She's the gatekeeper of criminality in this country. Because they criminalize who they want to criminalize. And they send away who they want to send away. But the fact is, time come, Paula Llewellyn. Time come. Time come, Jamaica, for Paula Llewellyn's stay to diminish. I don't know about you, Jamaica, but when I think about it, why should she be granted an extension of stay? Give me 5 reasons why Paula Llewellyn should stay on. 5 reasons. I can find 10 reasons why she should not stay on. I can find 10. And if you can even find 5 reasons for her to stay on, I can appreciate that. I'm just going to say that again. If it is, Jamaica, that you can find 5 reasons for the Director of Public Prosecution to stay on, I would appreciate she staying on. But I can find 10 reasons why she should not stay on. And those 10 reasons, Jamaica, are more than 10. More than 10. Look how she deal with the case, with the Klansman them. You recognize that all of that set a man coming back to road because of the incompetencies of the DPP's office in gathering solid evidence. You remember how she dealt with Nzinga King? The young ladies who here were cut off by the police officer, and she says not the police who cut it. So there's no grounds for the police to be prosecuted, and she let go the police and them say Nzinga King. You remember that? You remember how she dealt with her office last year when Kathy Pike came out and spoke about the wrongs that Paula Llewellyn is doing? And how she buried Kathy and Pike under the... You remember all of that, students? Do you remember the significant overturn in her office in terms of people leaving that office? Think about that, Jamaica, and say to yourself now. Say to yourself now. Remember how she has admitted that the evidence were tampered with in the Vybz Kartel case, and they went ahead with the case to prosecute the man. You remember all of these cases? You remember, well, let me drag you back. You remember when James Roberts was to be prosecuted, and she said there was nothing in the James Roberts case to prosecute. You remember when the Hibbert man up at East Rural with the bridge, she was to prosecute that man, and then she come back and said there's no lines to prosecute him. And the UK people did prosecute theirs, but the Jamaican part never prosecute Mr. Hibbert. You remember all of those things? So if you remember all of those things, if you remember all of those things, Jamaica, and one person has heard so many times in this country, why then keep her? Are you saying that that is the creme de la creme of the prosecutory powers in our country? That the crown can't find nobody else to carry around the prosecutorial powers in this country? To date, she has not found any way to prosecute those people in SSL. She's going to say that the evidence is not strong. You remember the case with the S6 driver when it killed the little boy, Kajil Mays, and nothing came out of it. She has not done anything for the next little boy, Gabriel King. We all know FEMA that can't give over the evidence to the police. I've given you more than 10 cases that Paula Llewellyn has spoiled in this country. You remember she said there is not enough evidence to prosecute Patrick Bailey? You ever think about that, students? And to know you want to grant this woman an extension of stay. To grant this woman an extension of stay. Look at her with it. Look at her, Lord Jesus. Look at her, students. And when you look at her, you see the epitome of the devil. When you look at her, you see the epitome of the devil. But students, I go and watch this case firmly, you know. You remember when Fix Bailey was to be prosecuted in the scandal, Paula Llewellyn? You remember that scandal? Where they used the cars them over by Wharf? You remember that scandal that was brewing, Paula, and you make it disappear? You remember, Paula, when Fix Bailey was, who was the person name called? Wasn't it you? And all of that disappeared. And you must be extended as DPP. But students, only na si se Valerie Curtis start talk. Only se Valerie Curtis start talk now. Valerie Curtis start talking. And I want to remind the Speaker of the House. I want to remind the Speaker of the House tonight. Valerie Curtis deserves an apology. Nothing less than apology. Valerie Curtis has revealed, students, that the time in which the reports were submitted to Parliament, Valerie Curtis was on vacation. Let me repeat that, students. Yes, the dereliction of duties that Juliette Holden is talking about. Are you aware that Valerie Curtis was never at Parliament at the time that the reports came to the Parliament? Let me repeat that, you know. When Valerie Curtis name come out in a letter, and the whole we are say, the Speaker come and say it's a dereliction of duties. Valerie Curtis was on vacation. So the truth be told, the Speaker of the House was using Valerie Curtis as a scapegoat. So Valerie Curtis say, the truth be told, the only thing that she's expecting is an apology. Tell me now, students, the woman not around and you are going to take up on yourself. One come accuse the woman when the woman was on vacation. The woman was on vacation and you take up on yourself to start a smear campaign. All of a sudden, only hear all of the wrong things that were happening in the Houses of Parliament, where monies are this and that, and people yes so, and people this so. All they're doing is now trying to go on a smear campaign. But I'm going to say to students, when you can't screen record this and send it to Valerie Curtis. Valerie Curtis, Valerie Curtis, my name is Andre Stevens, and I am asking you for a public interview. You have broken your silence. You have broken your silence. And I am asking you, Valerie Curtis, come a partner Draw TV. Me I ask you tonight as me I end the show. Come a partner Draw TV, Valerie Curtis. Nobody go nationwide, because them go cook up the story. Nobody go over all angles, because them go cook up the story. I go over TV, JRCVM. Come a partner Draw. Come tell your part and make represent you. Who no agree with me tonight, students? Valerie Curtis.
You're welcome.
You are welcome to come talk over Partner Draw TV. We were here. We were here, Valerie Curtis. We want to like up the live now, students. Like up the live. Like up the... We were here. All of the things that Juliet will listen to you. Don't it? We want here where the Bramwell do to you, because I know not just that one thing she do, Valerie. Valerie, how much of the memorandum she sent you? Lord Jesus. Students, me telling a long time, you know, anywhere the wholeness is go, anywhere the wholeness is go, their intentions are to, 1, take over, 2, mash down, 3, monopolize and frustrate people. So you see how they do it, you know, because think about it, students. And I can't say this. Like how Juliet get the report. You know what happened. Them not sleeping at the same bed, but them are go sleeping at the same room tonight. When I think one just hear me say no. Ananias and Sapphira are go sleeping at the same room tonight. Not the same bed. And them are go wake up by 4:30 to start strategize. Oh, them are go plan out this. So the only reason why them going to be in the same room is because them they are war. You have to understand the house of cards. They'll be in the same room, but not in the same what? What I said to you? They will be in the same room, but not in the same. So when they're in the same room and not in the same bed, what is going to happen? Them going to start talk. How them are going to strategize to get around this now. Do you understand, students? So, Madam, she dep on her laptop. Madam, she dep on her laptop and Mr. Gentleman I go dep on film iPad. And them are going to say, all right. So, that is why, students, if you never know, him going to clean up the cabinet this week again. Because where the facts are, we are going to eat. The facts, we are going to eat them in the place. The exposure, we are going to come out of them the later day. It got too hot. And man, I figure resign. So people out of this, Lord Jesus.